Good everyone, welcome to this video. Today we have a Talisman Series video on the Crusader Mark III. This is carrying on from the Crusader II that we did in the last Tank Talisman video. And unlike the Mark II, we actually do get a step up in firepower, but we do trade a couple of things for it. But we'll cover that as we go along. So the Crusader III is a later model of the Crusader when we pretty much came to the conclusion that the 2-pounder was starting to show its age. And, well, if there's one thing us Brits like more than a 2-pounder, it's the 6-pounder, which is, well, it's definitely a gun that can do a lot of work, let's put it that way. So the 57mm 6-pounder is a pretty common gun in the early stages of the British tech tree, and is a pretty just solid all-round gun. Combine that with putting it on a Crusader chassis, you can see why I get high kill games in this thing quite frequently. So let's go over the tank and let's talk about the differences between the Mark II, which ironically we're going to be bringing the Mark II, and of course the regular. So, of course, you'll notice we don't have a machine gun here. This was to make room for more ammunition, because obviously the 6-pounder had a bigger shell, quite a bigger shell as you can tell. So the crew member to, shall we say, occupy this didn't really need to be had. Additionally, the turret is bigger, but of course, again, there's more room for ammunition and a bigger gun breech, so there's no third crew member. This means if we take a hit to the turret or a well-placed shot to the hull, we will likely be taken out in one single hit. So we don't have the Crusader Mark II's trollish survivability. We do still have the double-layered side armor, which Harry doesn't believe in, but, well, Harry doesn't believe in HE, but, you know, that's besides the point. Of course, our gun mantlet also does take a bit of a hit, but as you can tell, we do have a double layer, so it's 50mm on the turret front, so we should be able to take some low-caliber armor-piercing rounds relatively well, but of course there is a weak spot right here. And of course, coming around to the rear, nothing's changed. The turret's just slightly thicker in some areas, and that's really it, to be honest. But of course, the gun is where we're going to be looking at mainly. We have the Shot Mark 9, which is a excellent shell, as you can tell. 122mm of penetration at 10 meters. Perfectly solid and acceptable. Very solid all-rounder. We don't get APHE because the 57 didn't have it, but we do get HE, which will sometimes come in clutch because we only have a 792 Beezer. But the Beezer will help us out against trucks and things like that, and sometimes an aircraft if it comes to it. But generally speaking, if we need to deal with a vehicle at longer distances, we will need to deal with the problem, shall we say, that is long-distance shooting with a Beezer, because trust me, the Beezer is not exactly a long-range weapon, but we won't be bringing many of these. Overall, though, we just basically take a slight weight increase by about 4 tons, because obviously the ammo and the gun improvements. We keep the same engine, so we are going to be a little bit slower, but the trade-off is definitely worth it. Oh, and we get 50 smoke grenade launchers instead of the usual 26. So we've got pretty much double the smoke grenades. So even though we don't fire smoke out this bigger cannon, it doesn't really matter. So without further ado, let's get in and let's get cracking. I just noticed Gaijin's turned on all my servers for some reason. That is interesting because I never wanted them to do that, but there we go. Anywho, I will see you all in the first match. About 5 to 10 seconds later, we get our very first match. And it's actually on a good map for the Crusader. Like, we can go up into the north part of the town and just start slapping people with 6-pounder shells. So, yeah, this should be a good one. Okay, 100 SP. So, this is 4.0, which is going to put our 6-pounder to the test, but the 6-pounder can pretty much crack most things at this BR, so we should be fine in that regard. Of course, I've assembled a basic lineup. We even have the Archer because I felt like it. And we also have the Crusader AA Mark 1, the one with the Bofors. You can't fucking drive. Fucking idiot. Honestly, M4A3 drivers, no knowledge about the brake pedal. And of course, there's a tank I'm going to be working on a review for at some point. I've got quite a few in the backlog. I need to do the Zarinyi 2 first, but I played the Zarinyi 1, or the Turan 1, sorry. Quite enjoyed that, so I'm hoping that is going to be better. Obviously, it was just average as a tank, so I wasn't too fussed. Oh, and I thought I'd shut off this keybind because I noticed it the other day. You can actually toggle like the little bits at the bottom there, which I think is quite cool. I probably won't use it, but I had a play with it earlier, and it doesn't really help the tank. Like, it doesn't really help anything. It's just nice to be able to have that for like a screenshot or something. But I would like it if the coaxial machine gun would also go with that, because then we could really go from there. So I've dropped some artillery, which should hopefully get us a hit or two, maybe even a crit. Damage up some enemy tanks for us. But you'll notice we're not as agile as the other Crusader, because obviously we're putting more strain on the engine, we're putting more strain on the transmission. So the trade-off is noticeable. Okay. I don't hear anything, so I think we're good to move. Like I said, this tank isn't as fast as its brother, but like the trade-off is quite worth it. Oops. Bit of bad driving. I'll have to sort out some SL payment for the property damage there because of my subpar driving. That's what happens when you don't play racing games for a bit. You've been playing Spider-Man 2, which I must admit, that's a really good game at the minute. Okay, let's have a gander, see if I can spot anything. Well, there's something I just saw there, so I'm going to drop a scout there. Okay, sure. Typical German made with a full ammo rack. Sounds about right. Scout him as well. Got him. Only got his driver. Okay, sure. There we go. See, this 6-pounder does pack a punch. Like, kind of Gaijin's buggy ass freaking hit detection and like shrapnel effects do affect this gun, but when you can get this gun going, it really does clap like hard. What was that? Okay, that's friendly aircraft. I thought I heard something, that's all. Drop a scout. Ooh, they've added a little bunker here. This is nice. Can use this for a bit of cover. I've not played on this map since the update, so I didn't know they actually added in a little bunker for us to use for a bit of cover. So this should be pretty useful. But I don't think we're going to be using this bunker because, well, the enemy team's kind of getting bombed in their own bloody spawn. I wish I'd have been paying attention because I just saw that tank go by then. I can hear an enemy aircraft approaching from the right. Remember, their vision is based off of movement because they're German mains for the most part. If you don't move, you should be fine. Alright, let's get a move on. Like I say, we can't really use that bunker, but we can certainly use our mobility to get into a better position. Okay, hold. Bit of a high shot. Still a bit of a high shot. Heat shell bounced off. Surprised that's not actually penning him. I mean, it is hitting the angled part, but even then. I'm going to drop a quick smoke. Let's see if we'll blind fire into the smoke. If he does, that benefits us. Okay, Okay, he's not. That's good. Let's move.
We don't have the advantage anymore.
Oops. Bad driving. I would have made a film reference from like the early 2000s, but I don't think anyone will get it because... See, Joe knows a lot of obscure film references from when he was growing up. I know I'm speaking in like third person and all that, but yeah. Are you for real? Engine radiator, that's what I want, because that is a KV. Gonna load a fuel tank. Burn, you Soviet beast. There we go. See, you can even crack a KV like an egg. That's what we like. You can even see where the heat round actually hit us on the side skirt. There's a KB. We can just saw him up there, so I'm going to drop a scout there as well. Right, because I'm in an open position, I'm going to drop a smoke behind me. I'm going to move. Because I don't like this position. Oh, fuck off, really? Thank you, honestly. Russian bias, man. It's really becoming a thing, and that's worrying. There's that KB. Might have a shot on his turret. Yeah, turret. Got most of his turret crew. A little bit further forward. Can we maybe get the last crew member? Got it. Nice, 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 nice. Let's keep moving. See, the problem is the team is not doing too great. We're going to probably have to push over the bridge at this rate, but I need to help them on the flanks. Okay, teammate there is dead. That's not good. Oh, I see a Panzer III in there. Hold on a minute. It's time to deliver us a dose of, as the Mighty Jingles would say. Hold on a minute. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing there? No, you're not moving anywhere. There goes everything else. Driver. There we go. Trying to camp in my bloody spawn, you little shit. Right. I think we might have some company, and I don't like that. I'm just trying to listen right now. Got something there? No. Yeah, there is something coming from over this side. I don't know whereabouts. Okay, taking a risk. We're gonna move. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Got his engine. Got his turret drive, because I aimed a bit too high. God, Russian tanks just eat shells these days. There we go. That'll disable him for now. Oh my lord. We don't have a huge amount of ammo left, so we can't be having bull crap like this. That's the same guy in the T-34 that I bounced off the side of the turret with. We'll be having a look at his player card after the match. Because I suspect Gaijin is giving some bonuses to players recently that they shouldn't be having. And we've even lost Charlie, so I just need to try and push with my limited ammo. Where is this little shit? Oh, we got my loader, but we got his gunner. Ah! Don't know where I was taking. Ah, it's behind me. Yeah, I didn't see him. 8 kills in my first spawn. I'll take that. Bit of a lucky shrapnel there, but still. We do have a backup, so we will take it, but given how the team's doing, I don't think that means a lot. I kind of suspected there'd be an enemy tank looking my way. Alright, the Matildas are heavy armor, but it's not much of heavy armor these days. That's the only problem with it. So that Panzer needs to go. Okay, quickly scout EU. I could try and bluff him. He's just taken a hit, so he might be damaged to the point where I can push him comfortably. Alright, teammates, watch your cast. Got his turret drive, that's good. Boom, that's him gone. Right, I need to decap this point. We ain't got time to be capping, and I can't see shit. Okay, I've hit a wooden log pile. Like I say, he was in a pretty commanding position. There's still that Panzer I need to be worried about, but I don't think no matter how hard I try, we're winning this, but I'm going to try. That's the stew from earlier. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really, Gaijin? Right, now you're taking the piss. That should have gone straight through and killed that thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna push to the cap and hope my teammate caps the point, because at this point I have no other option. I have to push. I just have to push. Like there's no other play here. If we're quick on the cap, we might get it, but there's a fucking KV. And I can't really dogfight a KB whilst capping. Of course, most of my team are in planes, which aren't really helping. Nah, we're not going to get the cap in time. Even if I had sat on that cap and got the cap, we would have lost either way, because this cap would have been taking points anyway, but I'll take that. That's not a bad run at all. Like, yeah, we died after getting 8 kills, so it wasn't as high as it could have been, but I think after a run like that, that really demonstrates how good this tank can be. Whew, that was a good one. Alright, so I hope that really shows across what I'm trying to say about the Crusader 3. Obviously, its survivability is not as good, so you've got to take that into account. But I'm sorry, you've got decent mobility, you've got a cracking gun, which Gaijin keeps fucking nerfing, a bit like most of the aircraft guns at the minute. But otherwise, like, what else can I really say? If you're not playing the Crusader 3 in your 2730 British lineups at around this BR, you're a muppet, is all I'll say, because I'm sorry, that just perfectly demonstrated what this tank can do. And like I said, it's a menace on the flanks because it can even nail a KV. So, yeah. Give this thing a try if you haven't already. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Crusader 3 in action, and I will see you all on the next one.